Hi, boo-boo. Hello, honey. Well, here's some people I feel very comfortable with right here. I handed out flyers in the glide line.
Right, and then we'll put it straight on each table so people can take a beat.
Do we have any more pork?
Actually, you guys...
It smells like barbecue today, this time. I see food.
One tin. Nice to meet you too. Yes. Just put it up. Okay, so we have some beans left here. Do we have a small container?
Here, try this one.
All right, folks.
You guys, salad dressing, I think, is right here. Where'd you go, Greg? What's your name?
So let's put the bread. We have so much bread, don't cut them in half. Let's just get them out.
Here's some open things.
That don't sound like Motown to me.
Our place is filling up with friends. People I feel comfortable with.
Really good to be with everybody again. It feels longer than a month because this month is really long. We have some special guest speakers that are going to be here tonight. We are going to have Supervisor Christina Olagi.
Yay.
She's awesome, first of all, right? And she's also one of the supervisors that's willing to work with me on having Healthy San Francisco take some co-pays for medical cannabis. So when she gets here, yeah. And she also, as you know, she was appointed to her seat. So November she has to run for her seat. And she has some pretty stiff competition, and we're going to need some support for her if you feel like she's a good gal.
Yeah, she is.
Anybody that's coming in that hasn't gotten a seat, there's seats along the perimeters that have sandwiches and etc. So, and we need a couple more plates at the veterans table. And we have some really wonderful performances tonight. It was really fun watching everybody rehearse and getting ready for this, and I hope everybody is really feeling appreciative of people giving a lot of energy to make this happen. It's something I don't say enough, and I hope everybody will join me in applauding the Access to Love patient advocacy team that put this together. Let's give them a round of applause. And we really got to send some love out to Waterfall Wellness for helping support this and making it happen, right?
Yay!
I also want to give a shout out to Basa Collective and to Bernal Heights. They all threw in a little bit too to make this happen. And the donating members of Access of Love and Hercules Health Center is with us tonight too. So let's make sure that we give them a little bit of love, because without our partners, without our community partners, this really doesn't happen. And you know what? This really doesn't happen in any other city in California for medical cannabis patients. And let's hope it does start to happen in other cities, right? But I got to tell you something kind of scary. Last night in Los Angeles, one of their city council's committees, the Planning Commission in Los Angeles, has actually decided to put in place what they call a gentle ban. So we're looking at an entire city closing down within the next couple of months, and that's, you know, let's remember, you know, that there's patients in Los Angeles that definitely need care. Unfortunately, Los Angeles wasn't too good on the compassion. They didn't understand compassion programs. Hey, Carlos. So just make sure that, you know, when you talk about it, just make sure when you talk about the clubs closing in Los Angeles, it's a shame, but isn't it a shame that they didn't have a compassionate tradition in Los Angeles? And and were basically, you know, not doing what they needed to do. I want to make sure, I think we've got everybody seated. How's the barbecue? All right, we got the barbecue comes from Da Pit on Divisadero, which used to be another barbecue place, but it still is good. Right? Right? And I'm shortly here going to turn the stage over to Gregory Ledbetter, who's going to start bringing out some of our performers. So folks, shortly we will have Supervisor Olagi here.
Black and brown discount this policy was put together because out of all the people in the whole wide world, black and brown discount this policy was put together because out of all the people in the whole wide world, and that's why I'm inviting you guys, because ignorance is strength, you guys.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you don't know. Yeah. And they'll get you what you don't know. All right. So the black and brown discount policy does meet at 1260 Mission Street the last Thursdays of every month. Except for this last Thursday. This Thursday, I think we're going to be off because I'm entertaining you guys. But there's a lot of things that goes on at Access to Love, one of which is our veterans group. As you can see, we hold our veterans very dear to our heart. And yeah, give it up, you guys. These folks made sure that we're here today. Okay? And we have a veterans group at Access to Love. And heading that up is their President-in-Chief, Oscar Islas. And I'd like to call him up to say a few words to you guys. Give it up for Oscar, y'all.
Thank you, Greg. I just want to mention a little experience that I had about what he just said. In front of the judge, I explained to him I didn't know about this law, and what they said, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So I was found guilty because I didn't know the law. I wanted to invite the veterans that are sitting at this table. If they haven't already heard, we have a veterans meeting on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock at 1260 Mission. You're welcome to come. Please bring your veteran card and whatever papers you have, whatever cannabis papers you have on file. And it's good to get behind this because we need all of you. And we're just like a handful right now. And we've been a handful too long. And I think it's time for veterans to get involved. I know some of you don't want to admit that you're cannabis patients. I didn't. The only reason why they found me out is on a 911, they'll give you a blood test, and they'll find out soon. And take your cannabis. And they will black mark you. They will black mark you at the VA hospital if they find out you are a cannabis smoker or user. And it's considered a street drug to them. And it will go on your record.
Give you all the Oxycontin.
You can have that record expunged though.
Yeah, they'll give you Oxycontin.
Okay? You have that right. Just go to records, tell them you want a copy, and whatever you want expunged, just go down and see the VA lawyer at Swords of Plowshares. That's one of the solutions. But there's probably other outlets that I'm not aware of. I'd like to have someone else speak on this, and I keep forgetting her name.